After same clubs that
DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God.
Wake that ass up. The Breakfast Club is on right.
I am feeling blessed. I'm talking to the Breakfast Club this morning.
Okay.
I love coming here. I'm never not going to come here. You guys are good to me. In return, I'm always going to be good to y'all.
For a lot of people in the hip-hop generation, the Breakfast Club is where people get their information on the topics, on the artists, and everything like that. In that aspect, radio is still important.
The Breakfast Club.
When my name come up, respect it.
Good morning, USA.
Yo. Good
morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Hump day.
Yes, it's Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week.
The fourth day of the work week, baby. What's happening? Good morning. How y'all feel out there?
What's going on?
I am blessed, black, and highly favored. When I walked in the building this morning, Colin's a brother who works up here. He said, "Man, Envy walk in like Pooh Shiesty, and you walk in like Shaft."
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I liked it. I appreciated it. Drop one of Clues bombs for me acting my age, damn it. All right.
Yeah, now because it's so cold, I had to.
The Pooh Shiesty mask.
I had the mask on. It was cold. I was walking from
the
the parking lot, and it's cold.
You did. I didn't even realize that was you when you walked.
Yeah, it was freezing, so I had the mask on. It's like 9 degrees here in New York City. So.
And I got a long black leather coat.
Yeah.
Yes. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I get the reference now. I figured it had something to do with the mask and the coat.
Yeah, it's cold outside.
Yes.
Now, shout out to the Ellises, Greene and Duval, from the Dead Ass
Podcast.
Yeah, I was hanging out with them last night, so shout to them.
Good people right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very popular podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And all doing this thing as an actor too, though.
Yeah, he's
yes,
doing
he
his thing. And they just recently had a baby, so congratulations to them. Mm-hmm. So we doing some things.
Did they have a girl this time or another boy?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. But congratulations.
A lot of boys in that house. Shout out to you, Greene.
Yeah, a lot of boys in that house. So we were kicking it with them. The Caseys and the Ellises were kicking it last night. So what's up to them? I know they heading back to home.
That's dope. I was up last night watching my new favorite TV show.
What's that?
Abbott Elementary. Dropping the Clues bombs for Abbott Elementary.
There was only 7 episodes or something like that y'all was saying.
It's been 5 so far. Last night was the 5th episode. It's
episode.
about a elementary school in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Hilarious.
Really good?
Oh my God.
Really?
I mean, listen, I enjoy comedy, so
Okay.
it's a very funny show. If anybody's out there seeing it, it's kind of like The Office set in the elementary school. You know? Really great show. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It made me feel good. And you got to do things like that before you go to bed. Like before you go to bed, like I like to pray and I like to meditate and stuff like that. But it really is important about what you take in internally before you go to sleep. That's
I
why
watched
I tell you
Euphoria before I went to bed. How does that feel?
I did that. You know what? I did that Sunday night, but I actually watched a couple of episodes of Abbott Elementary after Euphoria. So I went to bed pretty cool on Sunday. I don't think I could go to sleep on Euphoria.
So you're very knowledgeable of what you take in before you go to sleep internally.
Yes, very much so. You know what I mean? Because energy is important, and energy is never lost or destroyed. It's merely transferred from one party to the next. So if you look at your phone and you see something negative or something that may bother you, that's what you're going to go to sleep with. That's what you're going to wake up with. So you got to set your intentions before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning.
So I'll be careful.
That's why some of y'all just wake up angry.
So I'll be careful what you take in before you
Man,
go
what
to
is
sleep.
wrong with you?
I just wake up tired. I don't be waking up angry. I just be tired.
Not me. I be well rested.
I be up.
Word up.
I be up.
I got me a nice workout in yesterday and got me about 6-7 hours of sleep. I'm good. Let's go. What
Every
we doing
morning,
today?
I got to
What we
press
doing?
snooze like 3 times.
Nah, I be up. Me and the dog be up. We go outside, go a little walk in the morning.
I actually get up earlier now. I used to get up 4:20. Now I get up at 4.
Yeah, I get up at 4.
I wake up at 4.
All
And
right.
then I snooze 3 times.
So let's get started. What we got this morning? Who we got here today?
NLE Chopper will be joining us this morning.
Nice.
So we'll kick it with give him a round of applause, man. Don't do that man like that.
Red might not know who he is. Maybe you need to explain who he is for the people.
NLE Chopper, of course, he was an independent artist. He was signed to, he had a partnership with Steve Stout's United Masters, and now he's with Warner.
From Memphis.
He's from Memphis, and he's very, very popular. We're going to kick it with him in a little bit. He did the theme song to one of the power joints with 50, so we'll talk to him in a little bit. And then we got front page news. What are we talking about?
Well, let's talk about the Biden administration. They are withdrawing the COVID-19 vaccination and testing regulations that was aimed at large businesses.
I didn't withdraw, and the Supreme Court blocked him, the Kimbe Mutombo. So you can't withdraw after you get blocked.
All right. We'll get into this. Where we starting, Yeezy?
Well, let's watch the weather this weekend. They're saying there's a bomb cyclone that could bring a powerful nor'easter to northeast cities this weekend. So just be careful if you're planning to travel. They're saying that it's going to travel from the mid-Atlantic through the northeast, according to reports.
Now, what's that? Give us the cities. What's mid-Atlantic to the northeast?
Well, it looks like in southern New England, we can get 8 to 12 inches of snow. Philly, New York City, New York. So Baltimore, according to the office in Baltimore, they said the system is not a slam dunk by any means. Nonetheless, the overall pattern for the event seems to be honing in on a snowy solution for much of the area.
Meteorologists be like the CDC nowadays, though. They don't be predicting what's right. They just be saying things.
But, it does sometimes move, so you have to follow it because it's, what is it today? What's today? Tuesday?
The
Wednesday?
hump day.
All right, today's Wednesday, yeah. So sometimes it does travel in a different direction or change, So you just hope that it happens, but you have to prepare for the worst.
A foot of snow is a lot of snow.
That's a lot of snow.
I don't know.
Yeah, New York could get a foot or more of snow this weekend.
Yeah, for everybody listening to us out of town, when a foot of snow falls, that means that the snow going to be on the ground for a month.
Longer than that. That's a long time. Jeez.
All right, the Biden administration is withdrawing the COVID-19 vaccination and testing regulation that was aimed at large businesses. When they say large businesses, they mean businesses with 100 or more employees. So what that means is, although they are withdrawing the vaccination and testing as an enforceable emergency temporary standard, it's not withdrawing the proposed rule. So they're prioritizing its resources to focus on finalizing a permanent COVID healthcare standard.
But the Supreme Court already blocked that mandate.
That's why they had to withdraw it.
Yeah, it's easy to pull back after Giannis done swatted your shot in the stands. That's they didn't break up with me. I broke up with them tactic. That's what that was.
Yeah, so, some people did already get vaccinated because they had to. I know people are upset about that.
I'm sure.
I didn't get fired. I quit after you got fired.
All right, now a second New York City police officer has died after being shot in Harlem. 27-year-old Wilbert Mora has died. The New York Police Commissioner has called him 3 times a hero. And so this was all after Friday. They were responding to a call. 2 officers were responding to a call from a mother in a dispute with her son. And they were shot at while trying to approach a back bedroom. So
I think
rest
3
in peace.
officers.
Jason Rivera already was shot and killed on the scene. Mora was gravely wounded and transferred to the hospital and remained in critical condition until his death. The alleged shooter is 47-year-old LaShawn McNeil, who died from his wounds on Monday.
Yeah, I think 3 officers responded. He shot 2 of them, and I think the third one, I believe, killed him. But so sad. Rest in peace.
Horrible
situation. To all the families, man. It's
a horrible situation all across the board. Because when you call, when you need assistance and you call who you think you're supposed to call for said assistance, and then those people come over and those people get hit up, and then the person I guess you was trying to protect yourself from, they get hit up. I mean, I'm sure that mother didn't want her son to get killed. I'm sure she didn't want those cops to get killed. So it's just a tragic situation all across the board.
Well, the mayor, Eric Adams, and we'll talk about this in the next hour, but he is bringing back the plainclothes NYPD anti-gun team.
Oh, that was coming.
So that was disbanded back in last year, actually, from the former police commissioner Dermot Shea, actually in mid-2020, 2 years ago. And so we'll tell you more about that in the next hour.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. Again, 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing.
Hey, what you doing, man?
I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yes, hello. Hey, this is Mike.
Mike, what's up? Get it off your chest.
Yes, Eric Adams, the plainclothes officers, that is no good for New York. If you were to know what they did to kids, to black men in the early 90s, late 90s, and early 2000s, no good. He's making the wrong decision. I understand that the cops got killed, but bringing those plainclothes officers back is going to violate a lot of youth, black youth in New York City.
What do you think he should do?
Good.
Yeah, you're right, but that's my other thing. Like, what should he do?
Don't bring them back. They are violators.
Well, we'll talk about it in the next hour.
You have the 105th precinct, you have the 113th precinct, and you have the 103rd precinct. They are no good.
Well, he's saying it's going to be different this time. He's calling them neighborhood safety teams. So I'll let you hear what he.
Yeah, stop.
I'll let you hear what he has to say about it himself, so you can judge, because he's saying it'll be different than it was in the past. But
it won't be different. Stop and frisk will be back too.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. 2 milligrams for Stanford, man.
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest.
Hey, man, I just wanted to say about this gun situation, man. This is so crazy. I remember when we was younger. See, I'm 24 years old. When we was younger in the early 2000s, there'd be a group, maybe 8, 10 people, maybe 1 or 2 got a strap. But nowadays, these kids are so infatuated with the clout and recognition of being a gangster and stuff. They be keeping straps on them, like at least 10 in the group. 12 of them got straps. You feel me? Man, One got 2 of them.
Man, I was just talking about this last night, and me and my partners was talking about how they not even doing it for money. They just doing it because they just want to wild out. Like you saw
the recognition of being a G is saying, man. Like nowadays, they keep a gun just to say you got one. It ain't for nothing. It ain't for protection. It ain't for getting money. It ain't for robbing. They just want to have it. You get what I'm saying?
You saw the video of the guy who walked up in the hospital and just point blank range shot.
Yep.
Look, thank God I think he missed I know the person didn't get hurt.
Hit him in the arm.
Hit him in the arm or something. But damn.
That's another thing too. They don't even got fucking aim.
Well, they never had aim.
I mean, nobody goes to the gun range, so they just shoot.
The hood never had aim, bro. Never.
But that's the crazy thing to me, man. Like like I said back then, I used to see everybody do it. You got stick-up boys. You got people that's real gangsters. Nowadays, kids just like to post on Instagram, man.
Word is born. They shoot you and go live.
The shootings are going up and robberies are going up and break-ins are going up. I mean, they got to do something to get these guns off the street because it's when you hear, I think the other day in Atlanta, I think a 6-month-old got shot. And the other day in New York, a 2-year-old got shot in the eye.
I was listening the other day. You guys were talking about I think a 1-year-old got shot in the face, something like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Bro, that is the wildest thing I've ever heard, man. But yo, just want to say again, 2 milligrams for Stanford. Yo, thank you for always starting my morning, fellas. I'm a driver. I drive to the Bronx every day. And I listen to this channel every day, man. I get my on like that. So I just wanted to thank y'all personally.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, and it's not just guns, too, man. You got to provide opportunities for these people, man. Provide mental health services. Provide, jobs. Like, a lot of these kids is wilding out because they don't got nothing else to do. A lot of these adults is wilding out because they don't have nothing else to do. They never had a real shot at life, a real opportunity. So now they don't give a damn. And I think it's just a bunch of people projecting pain on folks. Because like we said, they're not even doing it for no money or nothing. They just doing it to do it.
Doing it for the gram. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's go.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning, Envy. Good morning, Charlamagne. Good morning, Yee.
Peace, King.
What's up, man?
Morning.
Get off your chest, brother.
How you doing? I just want to send prayers and condolences to the 4 young lives that was lost in Inglewood, California this weekend. And everybody that's coming out here for the Super Bowl, be safe, get security, stay in good areas where, I don't even know if those are safe. Just be safe, watch your back, watch your front, and have a good time. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is going to be wild.
It's not just that NFC Championship. We there next week. Go LA.
LA.
Next week.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be. Yeah, it's already too much going on in the city. So you got that, and on top of the Super Bowl, it's just a lot going on within the next month in Inglewood. So just be safe. It's dangerous. Yeah, that's it, man. Peace and love, man. That's it.
And I'm gonna tell people this. Sometimes you got to know when to fold, and what that means is sometimes when you go out of town, you know what? Take all them watches off, man. Put on your
take it off.
Take it off. Like you don't
dress
need
like
it on.
A rich white man.
Yeah, you don't need it on. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It ain't worth it sometimes.
It ain't. I mean, I don't even. Don't wear the jewelry. Don't wear the chains. Don't wear none of that stuff. Don't no cash.
And don't put it on the gram either, because they watching your gram too.
Don't post on the gram till you go home.
Exactly.
Don't even do that then.
Well, you're safe then.
Yeah, but like you said, I go to the Super Bowl every year with my son, and I always go with security. And this year, you know what? I'm gonna have a white T-shirt and some jeans. The white T-shirt coming from Target.
Well, they gonna know you. They gonna know that waffle flavored Negro.
That's right.
Well, they gonna be practicing if they try to rob me, because I ain't got nothing on me. They gonna be practicing.
No, Rob, they ain't gonna try to rob you. I just think they gonna know who you are. But
but on the real, if you are heading out to the Super Bowl, you got to be extra careful because you never know.
Peace stays. That's it. Hey, bang bang Niner game, Charlotte. You got the Rams, right? That's it. That's all I want to say.
I'm a Cowboy fan, sir. Okay.
Hello, who's this?
Don't try to bang Niners game. You know damn well y'all playing the Niners.
What's up, brother? Get off your chest.
Hey, this is Tyler. Envy. You need to bring the car show to Chicago first off, bro. It's gonna be dope. Make it happen, brother.
I'm trying. No, there's 3 cities I'm looking at. I'm looking at Houston, Charlotte, and Chicago. So
fair enough.
We're gonna make
sure
it
you
happen.
get on there.
We're gonna make it happen, man.
Word.
And Seattle too. Seattle too.
Represent. And Yee, I seen you out in my neighborhood at the Flea Club. How did you enjoy your stay?
Oh, it was great. The Flea Club is dope too. It's a beautiful store.
Right? Them dudes are crazy, mad expensive, but they're dope.
Well, it is some high quality items in that store.
Yes, absolutely.
It was freezing in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
It was. Charlotte, I wanted to call, man. I'm on my 3rd week of therapy, man, and it's been ridiculous, dude. I just wanted to personally say thank you because I listen to you every day, man, and you've just been drilling into my head about mental health and mental wealth, and I started that journey, man, and I got to say, it's paying off, and it's crazy. I wanted to know, is it normal to feel exhausted?
Yes.
After those first few sessions?
Yes, you're gonna feel exhausted. You probably gonna feel confused at some point because you're doing a lot of unlearning. So it's a lot of things that you probably thought you know that you realize, like, man, I don't know nothing. You're gonna start hating some people in your life, but then you're gonna realize you really love them because they just was doing the best they could. So it's a range of emotions. You got a long way to go, sir, but don't stop.
Okay. I appreciate it, man. Can you send me a book, bro? I
got you. I'm going to send you Dr. Rita Walker, The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. I think that's a great thing for you to read right now. I'm going to send it to you.
I appreciate it.
I
appreciate it.
Have a good one. Guys. Be safe out there. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051.
Don't hang up on him, Envy. You be hanging up on my book people.
I didn't. You see me press hold. I press hold.
I'm going to press you.
He hung up. Oh, Red hung up.
Wow, Red. Why y'all be doing that to people?
Red hung up. I press hold.
People be hitting me like I never got
sir.
my book. And I'm like, I don't know why. Taylor is very good at mailing things out. Taylor mailed out 300 Black Effect hats. Salute to Taylor gang. On her own.
Oh, well.
She just sent him?
Red hung up on you, brother. So sorry.
Yes, she sent him.
All right. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and we are going to talk about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They were supposed to be doing a live-action remake, but now Disney is rethinking the use of dwarves.
Oh my goodness, man.
You gotta laugh at this stupid ass, woke ass society. That's so stupid. So dwarves don't deserve to get represented? Why they can't get no representation? I'm protesting with the dwarves. I'm gonna get on my knees and I'm gonna get my picket sign and I'm protesting with the goddamn dwarves.
You don't need to get on your knees. Just go out there with them. You good.
It's disrespectful. Me and Lil Duval gonna be out there with the dwarves, holding the dwarves down. This is whack.
You and Lil Duval don't need to get on your knees. Y'all good.
Rethinking it because of the dwarves. This is discrimination against dwarfs, and I ain't even heard the story yet.
Now look, see why you're so upset? Goodness gracious. I bet there's a dwarf out there taller than you. But we'll get into the rumors next. Don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Listen up.
It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's The Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, Antonio Brown and his attorney, Sean Burstyn, sat down with Bryant Gumbel during an interview, and they talked about everything that happened with him with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And according to his attorney and to Antonio Brown, they offered him $200,000 to get mental health treatment.
Yeah, these guys at Tampa Bay Bucks tried to make an agreement with me to give me $200,000 to go to the crazy house so these guys could look like they know what they're talking about.
The offer was Antonio would basically sit on the sidelines, go on some, and commit himself to some form of intensive mental health treatment. And we were specifically told in writing by the general manager twice, don't spin this any other way.
All right, now, according to Antonio Brown, he said that he was experiencing pain with his ankle injury, and he had to use these ketorolac injections that's used for short-term relief of moderately severe pain in people who are at least 17 years of age. But apparently that with some damage, it would cause more damage to his ankle. So he's saying that was the real problem. And when Bryant Gumbel asked him whether or not he actually does have any mental health issues, here's how Antonio Brown responded.
Antonio, do you think you need mental help of any kind?
I have mental wealth, man. I know a lot of people may not understand me or know how I look at things or don't know how I react emotional things, but it's not for them to understand me. You know, I got a beautiful family, kids, and people all across the world that look up to me. And there's no reason I'm in this position at this point, you know.
He said he's going to pursue legal action against Tampa Bay Buccaneers over his release. And he was defamed by the spin that he had a mental health episode. They said that makes him someone who's not reliable to do a good job on the field. So they're pursuing all of their rights under the CBA and considering them and maybe stepping outside of the CBA.
Well, you should always make an investment into your mental wealth. But how do y'all know that brother isn't already doing that? Like, how do we know Antonio Brown's not already sitting with a therapist or a psychiatrist? How do we know he's not already getting assistance? Like, why do we just assume he needs help? Like, to me, Antonio Brown made a choice. He made a choice to walk off the field. He's making a choice to do these interviews. If he wasn't happy with the situation, he can express that any way he wants, and that does not make him crazy.
Well, I think, the whole point of what he's saying is that he didn't need mental health treatment and that they wanted to pay him to get that treatment to make it seem like he had a mental health episode.
Yeah, but my point is, even when he says, I got mental wealth, how do we know he's not already sitting down with someone? Like, I've heard him in interviews, and it sounds like he already is having those conversations with a psychiatrist, a therapist, a counselor, or somebody.
We don't know. We just know what he said. That's all we can base our...
I thought he said he wasn't, but maybe that's just me. I thought he said in another interview he wasn't. What?
No, he's basically saying he's not. Listen, just because you sit down with a therapist or psychiatrist doesn't mean that you're crazy. I hate even using that word. It doesn't mean that every choice that you make is based off, your mental health.
Right. If you make a decision that's not the popular decision, it doesn't mean you're crazy.
Absolutely.
That's all.
That's it.
No, I get it.
Okay. Now, Kelly Price, she had spoken out about R. Kelly, and here's what she had to say when she was originally on with Vlad TV.
In this business, that's not odd. That's actually the culture. I have seen that culture. I've seen mothers bring their daughters backstage.
That's the dirty part of it.
It's unfortunate that young girls, they say that girls are so unprotected. Young women of color are extremely unprotected.
Extremely.
I've seen the mothers come to the shows in twin outfits with their underage children and trying to get backstage.
And that was Lunel, by the way, who was conducting the interview.
What up, Lunel?
Yeah, so just a day after that news was shared and other things had happened, Joycelyn Savage, her mother actually, I guess, was responding to Kelly Price and reached out with a threat. That's what Kelly Price had to say. And here's how Kelly Price responded to that quote, alleged threat from Miss Savage.
I said what I said, and I can stand behind everything that I said. I was raped as a kid. I was also molested. I would never stand behind someone who is doing the same thing. I said what I had to say about R. Kelly. He's in jail right now. I also said that I believe that that's where he belongs because where there's smoke, there's fire. But please, Miss Savage, you threatened me and you told me I should tread lightly. You don't know me like that. I have nothing to do with what your family went through. I wasn't around when y'all were around. I never said I saw your mama backstage with you. Be very careful. Don't start something that you can't finish.
She also posted Joycelyn Savage's mother, the comment that she left where she said, for whatever reason, other moms are backstage or in business meetings at the studio. It doesn't give him the right to recruit for his cult. Let's say your mom was backstage with you doing legitimate business moves in the industry. Does that automatically mean you back there not for your talents and just as a groupie? No, it does not. What he did to my family and I is inhumane, and all who knew but to justice along with him, like Kevin Giles, Cheryl Mack, etc., who turned a blind eye. I encourage you to tread lightly.
I'm confused, right? So a lot of parents want their children to succeed, right? Mm-hmm. And at the time, R. Kelly was an amazing and brilliant songwriter, and he had artists. So if you wanted your daughter to go backstage to meet him to try to get him a deal, I don't see anything wrong with it. It didn't seem like she was going backstage to F him.
Right, and I think Kelly Price was saying, I wasn't talking about you in particular, but she was saying that she has seen it happen where mothers came backstage with their daughters, because some people were saying, where were the parents and things like that. So she was saying that she has witnessed mothers coming backstage with their daughters in twin outfits.
And we're nowhere on R. Kelly's level, but how many times have a mother came up to y'all with their daughter, their child, and say, hey, my daughter sings, my daughter does poetry, my son sings, my son, like, it happens a lot.
Yeah, if the person they're introducing, like, if R. Kelly took advantage of that, that's not the parents' fault.
No.
Mm-hmm. What if the mom is like, you can go over there to his house and to the studio by yourself when she's...
I mean, I feel that's just stupidity, but I don't think she was saying go over there and F him. I think she might have trusted somebody she shouldn't have.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
More trust than I would have gave, but I mean, it happens. Mm-hmm. All right, now we got front page news next. What are we talking about?
Yes, and let's talk about Mayor of New York, Eric Adams. He is saying that the new plainclothes NYPD unit tasked with wiping out gun violence will be a fresh start and nothing like what happened in the past.
All right, and NLE Chopper will be joining us after that as well, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Let's go. It's time to wake up.
Yeah. It's the Breakfast Club.
Angela Yee here, and my friends at the General Insurance give you quality car insurance for less. Check out their affordable rates and flexible payment options by calling 800-GENERAL or visiting thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee.
Y'all ain't do the dwarf story, too. I was really looking forward to the dwarf story. I just want y'all to
You're right. We didn't.
You didn't do
I
the
didn't
dwarf
get
story.
to it.
Looking forward to
It
it.
was the next one, but we ran out of time.
All right.
That rumor report was too short.
Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news.
I'm telling. Oh, you ready? You didn't hear his joke?
No.
Okay. All right, now let's talk about the Super Bowl halftime show. Remember we reported this story that they were upset that they were asking for dancers to work for free, professional dancers to work for free for the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yep.
Well, now they have decided that they are actually going to pay professional dancers.
Okay.
After some backlash from the dance community, they're going to stop asking professional dancers to work for free as part of their halftime show. So they have reached an agreement, and they said that all professional dancers in the show will be compensated for their labor.
So what's $100? $100 per diem. They're probably giving per diem for the day.
Well, you know, it is 72 hours or something like that worth of work. So it is quite a bit of hours. You know, it's unpaid rehearsals that are 72 hours. That's what they originally were asking for. So they wanted to do this whole run on the field type of thing, but they were asking for professional dancers. Now, they did say that Roc Nation had always contracted for 115 paid professional dancers as part of the stage show. So that was for people on stage. But for the people who were going to run on the field, they were asked to volunteer rather than be paid to take part in one of the most lucrative entertainment events in the world.
So see, that makes sense. I thought you was talking about the dancers on stage.
Right.
If
So they're
you
not dancers there. They just up there, go.
Well, they're on-field performers, and they are going to take part in some dancing, which required 72 hours of unpaid rehearsals.
Per diem.
Yeah, so over the span of 9 days. So that is work you should be paid for.
Yeah, you get
9 days, 72 hours.
Right, $75, $75 to $100
But these are
per diem.
professional SAG-AFTRA union dancers.
Per diem. When you SAG after, you'll get per diem. Or whatever the day rate is. Whatever the day rate is for SAG after.
So the issue was that, and now they are saying that they are going to
get paid.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's important. All right, now Mayor Eric Adams in New York vowed that the new plainclothes NYPD unit that is tasked with wiping out gun violence will be a fresh start. You know, they got rid of that back in mid-2020. It was a 600-person undercover anti-crime unit. They said that those officers were behind a disproportionate amount of complaints and shootings compared to the rest of the force. Now, what Eric Adams is promising is this new unit, it's called the Neighborhood Safety Teams, will serve as real guardrails in preventing police misconduct. He said they would be required to turn on their body cameras while interacting with the public and also wear apparel like windbreakers that make them easily identifiable as cops. He said too many officers were turning off their cameras when they had interactions with civilians. That is not happening anymore. He said there'll be more training and more discipline where needed. He said this is going to be a unit that is going to zero in on guns and gangs and violence. They'll start with adding the teams to the 30 police precincts where 80% of the city's violence takes place, and they'll be deployed to the 20 most dangerous neighborhoods over the next 3 weeks.
I mean, all of that sounds good, but it won't be different unless somebody is policing the police. Like, who's going to police the police and make sure they aren't violating folks' civil rights? I just don't see how you're going to, solve problems that have never been solved, like racial bias, profiling, abuse of power.
Something definitely needs to happen, and it needs to happen quick. Innocent people are dying. People are getting killed, shot. 1-year-old baby, 6-month-old baby. People are getting pushed in front of trains, and that's just not in New York. It's bad in New York. It's bad in Chicago. It's bad in Philly. It's bad in L.A. It's bad in so many different places, Detroit, and things need to change.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. I don't want to see, civilians killing civilians. I don't want to see civilians killed by police, and I don't want police being killed by civilians. I don't want unjust arrests either. I don't want black and brown people being profiled and harassed just because. And that's what ends up happening when any of these tough on crime policies are implemented. It always impacts black people the most. But, I don't know what the answer is.
Now, Eric Adams also said on MSNBC's Morning Joe, he said, we are going to learn from the past so we don't repeat the past, and we will never use under my administration any abusive, targeted tactics that goes after people based on their ethnicity and where they live.
The only way that will be implemented fully is if somebody's policing the police, and when a police officer does violate, a plainclothes police officer does violate somebody's civil rights, that plainclothes police officer is held accountable. But I don't know.
But if you're forced to turn on those body cameras,
they can't. Those cameras can't go off.
That's how you police them.
Well, you're right, because we've seen so many different things on cameras and nothing happened.
Exactly.
But hopefully it'll deter what somebody does, and hopefully they'll do it the right way.
All right. Well, let's hope this doesn't go terribly left, because
this is going to happen across the whole country. The whole country is going to adopt tough on crime policies because you got a violent crime wave happening everywhere.
And we still not. We're not. It's the problem, right? And there's a lot of problems. And one is the main problem. There's too many guns, right? The fact that they're able to get these guns.
I don't know if that's the main problem. I think the main problem is lack of opportunity.
Lack of opportunity, and the fact that these guns are so easily gotten to these places.
Mm-hmm.
How are these guns getting to New York, getting to New Jersey, getting to Chicago, getting to LA, getting to all these places? Because guns are illegal
Amazon.
there. You stupid.
All right, well, that is your front page news.
I just know you got a notorious tough on crime president in the White House, so I'm sure you're going to see him pass some type of tough on crime bill on a federal level, and a lot of folks will follow suit on the local level. So I don't know what the answer is.
I'm sure Republicans will support that.
Of course they will.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hold on to your butts. Just like they supported it with the 94 crime bill and all the other tough on crime bills that Biden created back in the day.
Well, when we come back, NLE Chopper will be joining us. We'll kick it to him next. We'll kick it with him next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
We got a new album coming out this Friday, Me Versus Me.
That's right. NLE Chopper. Welcome, son.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Thank y'all for having me.
Let me tell you something, man. I really appreciate your evolution as a human, man. I like how you started, like, purposely and intentionally talking more positive and telling folks how to eat right and things of that nature, man. Mm-hmm. So I want to applaud you for that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
What got you to that point?
Honestly, it was just a feeling internally I was feeling. Just seeking some type of peace, some type of love that I felt I wasn't getting with the industry. Because I feel like when you blow up, you get introduced to, like, drugs, jewelry, money, sex, everything that you want, but none you need. And I just realized internally it was, stuff I needed deeper than that. Mm-hmm. Something that my soul was happy with.
But what got you there? Was it reading? Was it something you seen, you heard?
Actually,
talking to mama, talking to friends? Like, what got you there?
God tapped you on the shoulder.
Like, yeah, for sure. That's what happened. Like, I was in my lows. I was, like, to the points where, suicide was, like, in consideration. And I feel like once you get that low, that's when you the most dangerous. Because if you don't care about yourself, you for sure don't care about shit around you,
Mm-hmm.
So I said a prayer, like I said a deep prayer one time, and it was the night before I just got on my shit. Pretty much I was asking God, like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like you blessed me with something I always wanted, but I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be at.
You felt empty.
Yeah, I feel empty. First and foremost, I made an oath with him before I blew up. I used to pray every day. Like, for 2 years straight, I prayed every night. I prayed so much I had the prayer memorized. That's how much I prayed. A section of it was like, put me in a position of like this nigga field in this rap industry, but let me be a light. Let me be the one that stick out and make a change, change something about it, make a positive outlook on it, even though like what I'm rapping about is just me. You know what I'm saying, it's life, but let my balance be that I change somebody's life in a good way. Pretty much that's was the prayer. And along the way, when I blew up, it's like I damn near forgot about that prayer. And so that night when I prayed to him, asking like, why? Like, he came to me as me, and he was like, my nigga, he was like, you remember that prayer, that oath you made with me before you blew up? And I wasn't living by that oath no more. Pretty much that was his way of saying, let me know when you ready to stand on what you said before you blew with what I promised you with. And the day after, I found meditation, and I got on everything that I've been on now.
That's important.
So
you lost yourself, basically.
Lost myself, like, wholeheartedly.
When you talk about affecting other people's lives, have you seen some positive things happening with people that follow you? Like, what are some examples?
With me just being vocal and being like wanting to sell herbs and stuff and provide herbs, just to have a website with herbs that I provide people for. I've had like a woman, she had cancer. She implemented like some of my herbs into her diet, and also with a vegan alkaline diet, and she ended up healing herself. And then another lady, I didn't even know what Bart's disease was. Her son.
Bart's disease? What is that? What is that?
I do know, I can look it up and it'll refresh my memory. I looked it up when she told me, but her son had Bart's disease, and that was using my mug work from my website, and it helped heal her son from Bart's disease. Like, I got all the messages in my phone, they'll show me the paperwork, all that stuff. So just to be able to be a help in that way is beautiful.
Now, what got you into meditation? I started getting into meditation a couple of years ago. What got you into it?
Pretty much that day after I said that prayer, it was like I got on my phone, it was the next day, bro. And it was a brother, he was melanated. I looked at my phone. It was on TikTok. I get on and the first thing I look at was his brother. He was like, talking about meditation, how much it benefited his life. And after that prayer, the night before, I felt a burden already was lifted off my back. So when I woke up the next morning, I was already open to whatever.
You got your mantra?
I be doing stuff like that, but I usually do hand movements. But I laid on the bathroom floor. Like he told me find somewhere comfortable. It wasn't comfortable in the bathroom floor because I didn't want to go to sleep. But I wanted to lay down. I didn't want to sit. I wanted to lay down. And man, I ain't gonna lie, it was like the best thing I ever felt. Honestly, like it was the only time I felt in my life I was brought to a place of peace and just a place of myself. So when I felt that, I was like, okay, I need to make sure this is something that's implemented in my everyday life. And
I carry these with me everywhere.
Crystals, all that.
These are my meditation beads. I got 2 of them. I got one at the house, and then I carry these when I want to just like dip off from these crazy motherfuckers. You know.
As you should. Everybody
have a
gotta
moment.
have their thing.
Now, what about the vegan life? How did you get into the vegan life?
I'm gonna go back to meditation with everything, with what I changed, because this what opened my mind and my eyes. I would come out of my meditation, right? I'd be refreshed. Like when you first start meditating, you realize so much how your energy changed. But when you get like a year or 2 in, it's you now. It's like you know you bullshitting when you eat something wrong or when you take something wrong. That's when you know your energy ain't right. And I used to come out that meditation, and let's just say I used to have a chef come over and make me some soul food. Give me some chicken, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, cornbread, and greens. And I used to eat a lot because I used to still smoke. I was smoking a little bit during that time too. So when I used to smoke, I used to be like, this didn't even do nothing to me. Like it ain't make what I was doing better. It actually made me feel how I felt before I meditated. So I come out my meditation and eat this, and I feel how I felt before. I come out my meditation and hang around 20 niggas just smoking, and that ain't meaning no good. That ain't bringing no value to what we got going, and I would feel used. So it helped me in so many ways. It made me turn into a magnet. I soaked up everything in the room, and I moved accordingly. Whatever threw me off, that took me out of that state of peace and happiness and being able to be in tune with myself and my feelings, I went away from all of it. That first week I went vegan, like I cold turkey.
How difficult was it for you?
It wasn't difficult at all. Because honestly, once you realize what's best for you, I feel like that's when you go full in it. You know what I'm saying? So I cut off damn near everybody. I move with just like two of my bros, like day ones. Like I'm not with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm with probably security, and I'm with a few day ones and Mont Deuce and Pops. But I ain't with 20 dudes, because at the end of the day, I'm straight with me. I'm good with me. I'm good everywhere I go because I'm comfortable with being myself.
All right, we got more with NLE Chopper when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with NLE Chopper. Yee.
Were you celibate?
I went celibate. Yeah, I went celibate for like a month, like, because I realized what having sex did. Like, I realized how tired I was after having sex. Well, no, you can have sex, but I feel like semen retention is the focus. Cause like I tell people all the time, like one is equivalent to like 8 miles. It can make a whole life, so you know how powerful it is. So you just can't keep giving it to everybody. I'd be a motherfucking lie though if I could be like, every time I had sex, I hold my semen back. That's why I'd rather just go celibate. But some people are that disciplined to the T that they can have sex and not get off.
I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
That's my wife want me to get a vasectomy right now. So you do semen retention?
Yeah, I do semen retention.
You got a kid on the way.
Yeah.
They work too good.
Yeah. You got a daughter and a kid on the way.
He said he can't do it every time.
Yeah, I don't do it every time. It's like I go on certain breaks. You know?
What's the benefits? Because I heard Kevin Gates say that before, but what are the benefits of semen retention?
Everything you ask me, I'm just speak on my behalf. So like, let's say, boom, if it's a recording week, I go in the studio at 10. If I do one song and I get tired, I fail myself. I don't care if it was a hit. When I'm focused, I go in the studio at 10 p.m. and I won't leave till like 8 a.m. the next day. But let's just say if I had sex the night before and I done shot off about 3, I go in at 10 and I probably would leave at like 3 or 2.
That's how I know you're like, young. How old are you?
I'm 19.
I know. I saw you get jealous when he said 3.
No. 3. No. Three. I'm one and done. Now, 43 years old, 3.
See you in the morning. 1 and I'm out of here.
And your energy's gone after that.
How do you know when it's over?
What you mean?
Like when sex is up, when is it over for you? If you retain your semen, if you're not
because
gonna...
ejaculating is the finish line most of the time.
You just stop.
I'd rather the woman get off more than me anyway, because that's just how I am. So
when
like
she's pleased.
When she's pleased, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes like women still don't be pleased, but you gotta know when to just go on, pull it out, you know what I'm saying? And say that you done. Because I
about
can get
crip
out
balls though?
Crip balls?
Blue.
Hey, look. Crip. Like some cryptocurrency.
Crypto.
Oh, it makes sense now for sure. I feel like I only get blue is when a woman manipulate me, like thinking I'm finna get something and I don't get something. That's the only time I get blue. If I feel I'm finna get blue, honestly, bro, I just when she leave, I jack.
So the semen retention doesn't cause blue balls?
Honestly, no. It's all about your mind, the intentions you go to into everything.
You should try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something though. I think I am gonna try because I like trying new healing practices. You know what I'm saying? That's all you're discussing.
Call your wife and say, "Hey, babe, for the next 30
She would love that. She want me to get a vasectomy anyway. She would love if we had sex and I didn't ejaculate. I actually am gonna try that.
Now let me ask you this: with everything going on right now, we saw the video footage in the airport. We saw Mama Chapa and her statement that she made after that. So what was going on in your mind when somebody approached you?
And where was security?
He was there, but he wasn't there. He was landing on later than me. But God bless him though, because like I'm just lucky to say it was in the airport and I wasn't out in public or something. Cause like honestly, bro, like the mind state I'm in, the mindset I be in, like I'm very mature, I'm very disciplined to a certain extent. I got a big pride and I move off respect. That's one thing with me. Like, so I feel once I'm disrespected and I get to that point, it's like anything is possible. Like he probably wouldn't have walked out of that situation alive, and I probably would have walked out of that situation in jail.
Does that bother you now, worry you now? Because it's like, one person do it and he makes himself viral. Now that you say, okay, now everybody be like, well, let me try him now this time.
I just feel like people get that image of me and get it misconstrued and think like I'm gonna be some type of nice person when I'm disrespected, and I'm not like that. That's not how I'm gonna move, but it's something that I want to work on, and that's to not be a slave to a man's like words or a slave to a man's actions.
But
and
if you feel threatened, you can't not react.
Yeah, for sure. Like I wasn't gonna touch him. I wasn't gonna do nothing to him. I was finna de-escalate. Like my nigga, I was just taking a shit. I was coming out the toilet. I had a backpack on.
Lucky he ain't catch you there. I'm saying he was one of them type that would have came in the bathroom and been in the stall.
That's why I go in family family restroom when I'm in the airport. Lock the door. I'm in my own area.
Everything.
So I walk out the restroom and I got my earphones in. I'm not hearing you. You probably saying something to me, and I got my head down on my phone. When I look up, I see you in my face with a camera, and the only thing I hear is, yo, you in LA? Why you acting scared? Like, how you think somebody gonna take that? Like, people just be chilling.
But there were 2 camera views though, right? Who had the other camera view?
It was, I guess, one of the people that was with him from behind. I guess they watched me go to the restroom, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna fuck with him when he come out or whatever. But you know what I'm saying?
That ain't the scariest part of the video. The scariest part of the video is after the fact, him and that lady literally had this whole other scenario in their head. We beat NLE Chopper ass. He just knocked that NLE Chopper out. None of that happened.
Yeah, it wasn't even on
That's
the
the
video.
scariest part to me.
It didn't happen, yeah.
But we didn't believe that. Where was Mama?
She was like, boom, what's the estimate? Y'all play football? Y'all know football. Well, y'all know yards. She was about 20 yards away, 20, 30 yards away from the situation. My pops was too.
I think Mama could have beat both of them, honestly.
20 yards? Why y'all ain't running the route?
Mama didn't run the route.
Oh, y'all did?
You know Mama
Oh, okay.
You know
Some of the stuff was off camera, but she had me by my jacket. I was still trying to go.
Oh, so you wasn't by yourself?
Nah, pops. I had my pops and mom.
Okay.
But that stuff was off camera. Like when he ran at the end, that's when me and Pops was finna f him up. She stopped it.
Now, why do people think it was a young boy fan? Because that was his story.
I hate it. You know, that's how vlogs and stuff misconstrue everything. They feel it was a young boy fan because the girl, like you said, what she recorded after the fact, she was like 4K Trey, but she was like young. She looked like she was 13, 12.
Right.
You know, she just saying anything. Right. Nothing that's fact. But he was originally like, honestly, I know how those type people are. That he was. He was just a fan that felt entitled to a response from me, but I didn't even hear him. I would have responded if I heard him the first few times. I would have responded like, "Yo, what's up?"
Right.
Like, "Yo, you want to pick?" Like, that's the type of person I am. I'm never the nigga like, man, you know, I ain't finna come at you like that. If anything, if I don't feel like taking pictures, I'm like, man, I ain't taking pics today.
All right, we got more with NLE Chopper when we come back. Let's get into his joint, I'm a Dog.
Bitch, know I'm a dog. Bitch, know I'm a dog.
That was I'm a Dog, NLE Chopper. Morning, everybody. It is DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with NLE Chopper. Charlamagne.
Now, in 2020, you said, I want to spread positivity. I don't rap about violence no more.
Yeah.
This album violent as hell.
Yeah. So,
me versus me.
When I put it on, I'm like, damn, I thought I didn't really want it on this no more.
When I first made that transition, that was my thought. The peace I was feeling, everything I was feeling, I for sure said, man, it ain't no way I'm finna, you know, I cold turkeyed on my fans. It's like, there's no way I'm going back to rapping about what I was rapping about. But at the end of the day, it's naive because that's a part of what my fans love me for. And I learned balancement. Like, I learned that I can rap about my past stories. I can rap about what I've been through, what I did, what I seen, what I saw, what I used to be capable of doing. Because at the end of the day, it's not like a full change. There's still a part of me. It's never went nowhere. It's still there internally. It's just I'm more mature now and I know when to bring that side of me in. Like when you're protecting yourself, when you're protecting family, and when you're protecting your brand.
You also delayed the album for a week because of the Long Live Dolph compilation.
Yeah.
Rest in
What's
peace,
the
Dolph.
city like after everything that happened with Dolph?
Man, honestly, I'm an empath, so I feel everything. So like, once you just hop off a plane, you just feel it. When I was there, I left for like a month. I ain't even go back because I live in Memphis. So I left for a month and I went to LA because like after that happened that same night, I think it was like 7 people died. And some of the people probably wasn't even related to Dolph. And some is just that smart. They might be like, he died, I can go do what I do, and they gonna think all this is related to what he did. And like on a normal day, like about 3 or 4 people die in Memphis.
You never wanted to get out of Memphis? Say,
That's not normal either, by the way.
It's not.
Yeah, ain't normal.
You ever wanted to say, you know what, it's time for me to move?
I feel like when you living in purpose, there's certain things you don't have to worry about. And that's one of them things. Cause my purpose and my goal behind Memphis is to be able to implement the stuff that I'm on now into the city. So we'll be able to grow. So we could be able to grow. Like just something simple, I got a vegan food truck. And I feel like with just feeding people vegan and alkaline meals will change the thought. And just with changing the thought process, the murder rate may decrease just a little bit. It's a work in progress. It's a little step to the long-term goal. You know what I'm saying? The marathon. So I feel like how would I be able to be able to impact my city if I'm detached from it and I'm not living in it?
What about these BBL pills, though? Can we talk about this?
Not pills, though.
Herbs.
It's like it's gonna be like a powder. Currently, I'm in the works of making like a natural BBL, and I feel people is glorifying the African body. So how do you get the African body? Is implementing what Africans consume. You know what I'm saying? You in the U.S., a lot of the stuff you eating and consuming is not what's gonna give you the body you want. With that being said, I use ingredients like you got fenugreek, you got okpi powder. I don't know if y'all heard of okpi seeds, but like okpi peas, bro, it's real thick. And that's where the thickness will come from to like build whatever you need inside of the glutes to make it, you know what I'm saying, to get that thick, wholesome feel. So the combination of those 3 herbs and a daily regimen of using it and consistency, and then let's just say if you working out, you doing squats and you working out on your glutes and stuff, like it's gonna work.
I want to ask about Dolph again. What did Dolph mean to you personally, but what did he mean to the city of Memphis?
What he meant to me personally was simply independence. I don't care what the 2 sides had going on or what was going on, but when you thought of Dolph and when you thought of Gotti, you thought of independence and you thought about shit at the end of the day. I feel like for me, it was like independence. It was more so like a role model thing because people don't appreciate it until it's gone, but like sometimes when they do be gone, it's sometimes work for the best though for other people to be inspired because at the end of the day, that man did milestones. He broke goals. He broke accolades coming from Memphis. I feel like for Memphis in general, he was a hope for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because when you blowing up in Memphis, it's always either you gonna either sign a paper route or you gonna sign a CMG.
I was gonna ask why when you came up, that was never a thought for you. You never wanted to go either or because most artists in the city either go either or.
And with that being said, I looked up to both of them in the sense of, man, he got paper route, bro, I got CMG.
Let me get
Why
some.
can't I have NLE? I'm 19. I got 3 artists to my label and a producer. My label is independent. I got a partnership with Warner, but my label is independent. Anything ever to happen, I got something to fall back on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just off the simple fact of me watching my peers and also watching my mom. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I just
Make you want to be a boss too.
a boss. Like what?
So when were you beefing with these 2 breasts where you were drinking breast milk and then you had
Oh
to
my
rush to
God,
the
shut
hospital?
up.
I heard about that. I heard about that. I was going to ask you about that. We was going to get back to that diet portion.
That's a Charlamagne question.
I was going to get back to that.
I was just
got
for
the
sure
picture and
expecting
everything.
him to say it.
That's her right there. I got the picture.
They said you. Let me show you the picture, Mama. This the picture
I was just
they had
waiting.
Right there. They said you were beefing with
Chaba
these
also
breasts.
said you slow if you believe that.
That was one of my last 2 questions. I mean, listen.
I got a question. No, I got a question for y'all. Question.
Yes.
And I'm gonna ask personally.
Do you look like the type of person to drink breast milk?
No.
What? What's the question?
You kind of answered it a little bit with that, but did you believe that?
I mean, it might be part of your diet.
No, man, he didn't believe that.
You vegan, you alkaline. Listen, here's the thing.
Did you believe it?
No. Here's the thing.
Did you believe it?
No, I didn't.
Why wouldn't we though? We're the only species that drinks milk from other species and not humans. We do it when we're kids.
Yeah.
But then when we get older, we get away from it. Why?
Man, Charlamagne, I'm gonna let you know something.
You think he got hospitalized from drinking breast milk?
Oh, so you drank it, but you didn't go to the hospital.
Exactly.
I'm gonna let you know, bro. What's crazy though, people was texting me, "Are you okay?"
Now, how's your relationship with your daughter? I know that at one time it was rocky. And
I actually got court next month. I only been with my daughter 3 times.
Damn,
Since she been born, she going on 2, about 3 times. Let me rephrase it. I was with her the first week she was born. I was with her like at least 4 days throughout that week. But after that week, it was on. I only seen her on 2 occasions.
Her birthday and your birthday.
So it's not getting better. But do I know it's gonna be great? Hell yeah. Cause at the end of the day, I feel like everything I done been through has been lessons. Next month, I supposed to have another court date. And the judge is now siding with me on my behalf of everything. She's understanding everything. She's seeing what everything is and seeing what everything is for to be. And I feel like next month, my next court date with visitation, I'd be able to have joint custody because at the end of the day, I mean, it ain't no reason why I shouldn't. I mean,
It's only hurting her.
yeah, it's only going. That's the thing about it, and I feel like I'm living my karma down because I'd be allowed to be like, you know what I'm saying, through the relationship, I was perfect. So I take my wrongs and I feel like that was part of my karma to be distant from my daughter. But in your sense, God gonna watch what you gonna do too. He gonna watch the moves you make for if you know a person wanna be in the child's life and you know what's best for the child. If you know that and you're not doing that, God karma gonna be even harsher. At the end of the day, I feel like with me just do this whole situation, I feel like it grew for me, it matured me, and God was just pouring water over a seed, and I'm a full rose right now. So I feel like it don't get no more beautiful than that. And just know when I'm with my daughter, like when she get older, she gonna forever be daddy's little girl. Cause I ain't gonna never take nothing for granted with her. Cause I know every second with her is gonna be precious because of the times I lost. I ain't see her first steps. I ain't see her come out the womb. I ain't hear her first words.
So this is my last question, man. Because, you know, like I told you before, I commend you on your growth. I commend you on your evolution. You know, but you refer to yourself on the album a lot as toxic. And you know words matter.
Yeah.
So what kind of vibration are you sending to the universe when you say that?
If your pastor is holy every second of the day, something wrong with him. You know, I can have toxic ways, toxic traits, but am I just toxic off rip? Nah, because I don't even consume stuff that's toxic that make me toxic. But I feel like more so than toxic, I'm mature as a motherfucker, but I feel like certain things I do sometimes probably be immature.
Not perfect.
Yeah, I ain't perfect. I'm still 19 at the end of the day. I ain't just 30 out here. My soul probably 50, but you know
He
what I'm
said
saying?
30 like it's super old.
Nah, not super old. I feel like when you like 30, that's when you damn near you start to be moving to your most polished. Or when you 40, you start
40. It's 40.
Same thing.
It was like 35. When I was like 35, 36, I started going to therapy. You know what I'm
At
saying?
30, you're gonna be like, I'm only 30. So
And I gotta tell you something. I brought it to Angela Yee's attention. You know, I feel like you owe me something.
What I do?
And y'all, everybody forgot but her. Everybody forgot, but hold on, man. Everybody forgot but her.
What happened?
Charlamagne owe me, man.
I forgot. Tell me.
The first time I came here, I was with Steve, right?
That's right.
Yep.
And you remember you said, I ain't gonna quote it word for word, but I remember it is something that motivated me, and I'm
What
glad
I said, you're not gonna be around?
You said something like 6 months from now, I love to see, are you still relevant? Because honestly, I don't think you can do it.
Well, we're gonna revisit this conversation in 6 months, Chopper. I want to see if United Masters really does what it says it's going to do.
I love that. I love that. From the whole thing with artist turns down $3 million or bidding war for $3 million, let's see exactly in real time what that $3 million looks like 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Right? That's my job. My job is to make the $3 million look like that shit was nothing.
Well, guess what? If you hadn't changed your ways and you hadn't embraced if you hadn't embraced positivity.
It's okay, you can be wrong. You can be wrong.
Just say you was wrong.
I was wrong.
There you go.
I was wrong. Listen, I told Thug the same thing. I told Thug because when I did Vlad, I did Vlad like 11 years ago, and he asked me who would be around Thug or Quan. I said Quan. I guess I was wrong.
Your judgment is wrong, but it's right. It's right though. Like it's wrong.
I'm right about a lot of people too, though. Now I like when I get it wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you here and I like what you putting out.
That's
You know
why
what I mean?
said with that. I feel like certain things is traditional, so keep doing it. It's some energy attached to with you. When
I also
you say
said
that,
Cardi B was a
you make good
superstar.
people.
I'm not gonna say who I named because everybody knows it. But yes, there's a lot of people I got right.
With that.
Well, what do you want to hear? What song we gonna play?
That takes too though. It takes to say, hey, this person gonna do something. This person may not.
Yeah.
But now I'm just at the point where I'm just like, I don't know. I just want you to be a good human, and you're a good human.
Thank you.
And Elite Chopper, appreciate you for
Hold on, what
joining us.
NBO you for?
Huh?
What NBO you
He
for?
said you. He said, you, it's just you.
I thought you said all of us. I thought you said
No, I said you.
He said, I remembered it, but you're the one that said it.
Nah, Envy always been a great guy towards
Envy
us,
got a
man.
shout out on the album.
Because they lie to you. They'll lie to people. They tell everybody they great.
I said, what?
What?
I'm not like they do. They do.
He hate to live in.
That's the truth. He hate to live in. They do though. And if you tell everybody you great, it's a good percentage.
Who says the word great? You're great.
Great. I don't even hit artists back. I don't really speak to people.
Wow.
It's the truth.
Yeah, proof right here.
Congratulations, Ali.
My bad, mama. And Elite Chopper. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Nick Cannon was on his show and he was discussing his bedroom antics. And even though he's freaky, he does keep some things traditional. Here's what he had to say about toys in the bedroom.
I feel like I'm a pleaser, and if I'm not the one pleasing, I don't need another object in the room because I'm trying to be as sensual and as connected as possible. That to me is a distraction. And I'm open to all types of things, but if it's something that is gonna bring you pleasure beyond what I can do, again, maybe that's an insecurity or something, but I don't want no competition.
Well, why feel bad? You bought it, so it's just And so, ladies, you got to be careful because this is tricky. You want him to take instruction and not take offense. You got to Jedi mind trick him, tell him what he's doing right, then tell him what this toy is going to help him do even more.
Nick, them women don't want nothing but another nanny. They need more babysitters, okay? That's what they need, more assistants. All right.
So Nick Cannon doesn't like being completely naked and he doesn't like toys. We're learning a lot. All right, now let's talk about Peter Dinklage. He was on Mark Maron's WTF podcast, and he was talking about the live-action remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and he has an issue with
Peter?
He also
He made Stormbreaker for Thor. Don't disrespect Peter.
He's on Game of Thrones, too.
Oh, the little guy.
He's a dwarf. He's a form of dwarfism.
I didn't mean that. I swear I didn't mean that. The dwarf.
He'll beat your ass.
I know he will.
Okay. At any rate,
be bruised from the waist down.
Here's what he had to say about their representation in the movie.
It's really progressive to cast a Latino actress as Snow White.
Yeah.
But you're still telling the story of
Still Snow White, yeah.
and Seven Dwarfs.
Sure.
So you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that backward story of Seven Dwarfs living in a cave. What the are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause? But they were so proud of that, and all love and respect to the actress and to the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, you don't. what are you doing?
So they don't want dwarves anymore?
Yeah, I need more context.
I think it's a representation, and Disney did set the record straight afterward, and they said to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film, we are taking a different approach with these 7 characters.
They got to stop.
And have been consulting with members of the dwarfism community. We look forward to sharing more as the film heads into production after a lengthy development period.
So what are the stereotypes of dwarfs? I don't know anything
Well,
about
he
dwarfs.
just said they were living in a cave together. So,
But I thought it's because it was a period piece.
so he doesn't want it. Well, everybody wasn't living in a cave.
So he want them in a house? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what did he said reinforce the stereotypes?
But it's a story.
I didn't know that there was a
It's
stereotype.
a story. This dwarves lived in a cave, and they were short.
You know the crazy thing about the dwarfs, they all had their own personality. So you had grumpy and sleepy and
Correct.
happy and bashful. So the names characterized them more than their dwarfism. to
But
me.
the studio did say they have been reimagining the dwarf characters since the earliest stages already. So you do have to bring things into more modern times, right?
Yeah, but what you gonna do? They'll be in a house. I
don't know what they're doing.
I want
but-
to know what the stereotypes are. I just feel like you shouldn't take away from 7 dwarfs. That will potentially have jobs.
You gonna put them in Brooklyn?
No, I don't think they're saying that there's not going to be any dwarves in the movie.
Mhm.
They're saying they're not going to be.
They want better outfits,
Listen.
better housing.
Peter Dinklage has
It's
an issue.
housing.
He's part of the community.
It's housing. It's
He's having
housing.
a conversation. Disney responded in a positive manner.
They do know it's fake, though, right? They know that's a story.
And we don't know how that cave looked. That cave might have been popping on the inside. The interior of that cave might have been fresh. Why are we just assuming that they was living in poor conditions?
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
Why are we just assuming that cave was whack? We don't know what was in that cave. Did they ever show the inside of the cave? I don't remember.
Y'all don't see it crazy with all the stuff going on in the
didn't
world?
look very
We're talking
luxe.
about the dwarves?
No, because that's a dwarf talking about the dwarves. So he's representing
But
for
it's
the
a
community.
fake thing. It's not real.
They don't get much representation.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
I
if they
can
were doing a
understand.
movie about somebody who had Beijing in their hair and they didn't represent you in a good manner,
Impossible.
wouldn't you want that to change
Impossible.
as a member of that community?
People with Beijing in their head don't represent themselves in a good manner. We all know it's fake, but they try to make us feel like it's
Shout
real.
to
You know how
my
stupid
brother
they bitch be
Kevin.
looking?
Oh, shout to my brother
Kevin would look
Khaled.
decent. Khaled
Shout
needs some
to-
work.
To my bro, who else? Diddy. Shout to Rose.
Diddy one looks a little subtle.
Shout to all
It's
my
the
brothers.
ones
That's
that
it.
look drawn on. But don't try to take this away from the dwarf. See how y'all just.
Y'all trying to move. I was talking dwarves.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
I stand with the dwarfs.
You're
I
this
do.
size.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
You do have to be a certain size. I forgot what the height requirement is, though.
All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to?
I need the Baseball Writers Association of America to come to the front of the congregation. I know nothing about baseball. I just know it was better during the steroid era. Let's discuss this injustice that's happening this morning.
All right. And after that, of course, is Ask Ye 800-585-1051. You can get on the phone lines right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Our Audible pick of the day is The Perfect Day to Boss Up. This is Rick Ross's guide to building your own empire. Now listen up. Your first 30 days of Audible are free when you sign up at audible.com/breakfast.
WWPR FM HD1 New York.
An iHeart radio station.
Let me put a little bit of the Breakfast Club up in your lifestyle.
DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God.
You are rocking with the best.
Charlamagne, say the gang, dunk it other day, man.
You are a donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate.
I might not have the song of the day, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the hero.
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's donkey of the day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, January 26th goes to the Baseball Writers Association of America. Yesterday, they revealed their votes for who will be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. One person got in, and that's David Ortiz. Big Papa. Dropping the clues bombs for Big Papa Ortiz.
It's Big Poppy, man.
What
Big
is it?
Poppy, not Big Papa. Big Poppy.
Well, Big Poppy.
P-A-P-I.
Okay, I thought he loved it when I called him Big Papa, but it's Big Poppy. All right? I know nothing about baseball, okay, but I know Big Papa. No, Big Poppy, David Ortiz. All right, and I know he deserves to be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, so salute to that man. But, of course, the Baseball Writers Association of America is not getting donkey for who they inducted, but for who they excluded. Okay, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, Kurt Schilling, Barry Bonds all fell short of the 75% threshold for induction. And what was their 10th year on the writers' ballot? Barry Bonds came the closest of the four, falling 36 votes short of induction at 66%. Clemens was 39 votes short. Silling appeared on like 58.6% of the ballot. Sosa received 18.5% of the votes. Why is that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not a baseball fan. I've been a casual baseball watcher my whole life. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even call myself a casual baseball fan. I'm below casual, okay? All right? I'm the guy that thinks ESPN is boring as hell when it's not football and basketball season and all they are talking about is baseball. I'm from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, though, so we had TBS. Braves was always on, all right? And since rappers from Atlanta like Outkast and JD used to rock the Braves hats and jerseys, I would watch the Braves. Drop on the clues buns for the Atlanta Braves. Okay, Ron Gant, David Justice, he was dating Holly Berry. They had that mean pitching team, John Smoltz, Tom Glavine. But I know nothing about baseball as a below casual baseball fan. But I will tell you this. I know all of these players that they didn't vote into the Hall of Fame, well, at least a few of them. You and I all know why they didn't get in. Okay, it's because Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Sammy Sosa are all the symbolic faces of the steroids era. In Major League Baseball, Baseball Writers Association of America, y'all just need to embrace something. Y'all just need to understand one thing. For us casual baseball fans and below casual baseball fans, hell, for all the diehard baseball fans out there who live and breathe the sport, I think we can all agree baseball was better when everybody was on steroids. Okay, I'm not about to get into no debates with you about whether or not steroids is good for people. I don't know. But I know it was good for the game of baseball. And you a damn lie if you say otherwise. Kurt Schilling, hey, he shared memes containing hate speech against Muslims and transgender people. The latter of it got him fired from ESPN, so I understand if he doesn't get in for that. But Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, and Sammy Sosa, I don't care if they was eating bowls of steroids with almond milk. Let them in the Hall of Fame, okay? I did some research this morning. And by research, I mean Google. All right, and Google backed up exactly how I feel about this situation, like it does most things we are searching for. But I came across an article in the Sportster, and it was the top 15 reasons steroids was good for Major League Baseball. In fact, the article says steroid scandals might have rocked baseball, but there can be little denying the positive impact they had on the game. Baseball purists might enjoy a 1-0 game, but people like me, okay, your Uncle Charla, I loved watching baseball in the modern era because of them damn home runs. All right, I like baseball games that look like a low-scoring football game or the score at the end of the first quarter of a WNBA game. Like the Packers-49ers game from the other night, that was 13-10. I want my baseball game scored like that. That's how it was in the steroids era. All right, not to mention attendance for games rose during the steroid era. Not only did home runs and run production improve, pitching had to improve. Our mistakes left over the plate could easily be knocked out the park. All right, star players could use steroids to recover from injuries and play even better at the same time. Would you like to know some more of the 15 reasons Major League Baseball was better during the steroid era? Or would you like to know all the reasons? Okay, baseball was better during the steroid era because of attention. All right, viewership went up. Casuals like me was watching. Money. Steroid era made billions in revenue. When those home runs was going up, so was the money. All right, the steroid era narrowed the gap in coverage and interest between the MLB and NFL. All right. The number 12 reason on the list was what I'm trying to convey this morning. The game was simply more entertaining. Sports is an entertainment business like everything else in this society. I'm not, going to do them all. I'm not going to do all 15. Look them up yourself, but create a run production. Do we remember the 98 home run chase between Mark McGwire and the former Dominican who now identifies as a white Canadian, Sammy Sosa? Okay, Mark hit 70 home runs. Sammy Sosa hit 66. Okay, you got steroids to thank for that. All right, 40-40 Club. Jay-Z wouldn't have a name for his establishment if in 1988 Jose Canseco didn't get 42 home runs and 40 stolen bases. In the steroid era, Barry Bonds, A-Rod, all got in the 40-40 club. Thank you, steroids. Okay? Not to mention Barry Bonds. Now, Barry Bonds would have been great without steroids. All these guys would have been good or great without steroids, but Barry Bonds in particular, you don't get that great, that legendary just because of steroids. It just makes your skill set that you're already gifted with better. But Jeff Payson, a columnist for ESPN, he broke it down way more eloquently than I could. Let's listen.
Jeff, I know that you've got a column up on ESPN Plus right now calling the Hall of Fame a failure for its omission of Bonds. Why do you believe that?
Because I think that the Hall of Fame exists best as a museum. And a museum talks about history. And you cannot tell the history of Major League Baseball without the man who hit more home runs than anyone, without the man who hit more home runs in a single season than anyone, without the man who won 7 MVP awards. I'm not trying to look past Barry Bonds' steroid use. It's bad, and it was obviously bad, but the reality is he was one of the greatest players in history. He's right up there with Babe Ruth. He is right up there with Willie Mays. And the fact that the writers did not induct him, I think, is a true shame.
What he said is absolutely true. The Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, is like a museum, and you can't tell the complete story of baseball without Barry Bonds in the steroids era. Period. Embrace it. Okay, the steroid era is like anything else in life. It's part of the process, and you have to embrace the so-called good, the so-called bad, and the so-called ugly. And the use of steroids may be ugly for Major League Baseball, but damn it, it made the sport of Major League Baseball good. And every time y'all deny the steroid era, in particular Barry Bonds, you make the Hall of Fame less valid. Please give the Baseball Writers Association of America the biggest hee-haw. Now, Reg, you got a Boston Red Sox hat on this morning. Put the mic in Red's face and put it right by his lips. Do you think that the steroid era was better?
Yeah, I think it was better, but baseball today is great too. But
don't watch it, wouldn't though. Are they back on the roids?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll say no for now.
Okay, Envy, did you a Yankees fan? Did you think the sport of baseball was better during the steroids era?
It was great. I mean, I love the fact that they would be chasing a record and you would get to see that during the game. But I mean, baseball is still good when it's good.
Nick, you don't think it was better than the steroids era?
It was.
Oh, it was better. Okay, you don't like it now. Okay. That is all. Carry on.
All right.
Don't debate me about it because I don't care enough.
Ask Yee is next, 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, call Yee now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
What you want to know? Baby mama issues? Need some words of wisdom? Call up now for Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. The Breakfast Club. Come on. Need relationship advice? Need personal advice? Just need real advice. Call up now for Ask Yee. Keep it real.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
Oh, my God. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Good.
Angela Yee. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Charlamagne the Guy, my guy. You are my baby right there. And
I love you more. Peace, Queen.
DJ Envy, you are amazing. Thank you guys every morning. I do a podcast, so I watch you guys. I look up to you. So my question, Angela, is I'm in business with a friend, and we have been doing our podcast, trying to grow it, but I feel like I'm putting more into it. Now, we were friends before that, but I feel like at this point, I'm putting so much into it, and she's not really putting a lot into it. So I don't know if I should end the business friendship with her and continue just the personal, or just try to continue to work with her because she really wants to grow in business, but she just doesn't know. What should I do?
Well, what happens when you have a conversation with her and when you guys discuss who's responsible for what?
She really gets defensive and says, I'm just going through a lot right now. I can't do it. I know you got this, Diane, but I'm trying. That's what she always says.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like she's trying? As her friend, you know she is going through a lot.
Yeah, and I do. That's why I'm being patient, because I feel like she's trying, but with life and everything coming at her, it's so hard to navigate. So I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes friendships and business get really testy, especially if one person is doing a whole lot more than the other person, and the other person has whatever personal issue. So you don't want to seem like a bad person and a bad friend, and it's not mixing right. Is there a way to get somebody else to help with responsibility where you guys can actually bring in a third person?
And you know what? She said that. She said she was going to hire someone to help her out, which I told her, if you do that, then let's move forward. But I really do want to be in business with her, but I just want to know how can I navigate it easily, because Me, I'm a Sagittarius, so fire sign. So any idea I get, I'm ready to go. You know?
I think communication with your friend is important too. If you guys agree to have at this point when you're getting things started, if you agree to have weekly meetings where you divvy up responsibilities, check in, there has to be some accountability. So you can talk about what you've been doing, and then you can find out what has she been doing that maybe you don't even know about, and also say, okay, look, you know this person, if you can contact this person, or let's make sure that we get these posts out. Let's make sure we do certain things, and then there's accountability when you have a meeting. And I do think it's a good idea. Solutions are important. I'm a very solution-driven person. If she's already suggested I can hire a third person, and that will help alleviate some of the things that I'm not doing, that's an extension of her, then I think that makes sense as well. So what you guys have to do is have these check-ins that are important, where you guys sit down, discuss who did what, discuss accountability, discuss things moving forward, and then get somebody from the outside to come in that can also help out. And I think that will really take some of the stress off of her, because she's acknowledging that she's going through a lot. You know she is going through a lot. You know you're doing way more than her. And honestly, if you want things to succeed, you are going to have to do a lot of work. Everybody doesn't have the same work ethic too. And so sometimes...
And I know that. See, that's the thing that I'm 38 now, so I'm learning that with working with different people. Everybody is not going to have the same work ethic as you. So I can just continue to do me, and whatever she offers, that's a bonus.
Well, no, and not even whatever she offers, but you do have to give her reasonable expectations.
Okay.
That she should be able to check in and be accountable for it. I mean, look, I have podcasts, and I definitely do the most work on mine.
You do.
So, and I'm the one that's always taking care of everything. And I have certain expectations, so I make sure everybody knows what their responsibility is. And I'm reasonable about that. And so that's what I think is important for you to be able to do. And definitely bring in somebody else so it's not all on you. It's never a bad idea to ask for help.
I love it, Angela. Thanks so much. I finally got through. Can I please shout out my Instagram page?
As you should.
_Gymbratz. _GYMBRATZ. I'm a fitness trainer with a podcast. So y'all follow me. I'm doing big things in the DMV, and I love you guys. Keep up the great work, okay?
And you have an amazing voice.
You too. Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.
All right. Ask Ye, 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, call her now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I'ma keep it real with you. Get some real advice with Angela Yee. It's Ask Ye.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Ask Ye. Hello, who's this?
This is Uniqua.
Uniqua, what's your question for Yee?
Okay, I called you a few years ago, and I was in a really bad relationship with my baby father. I ended up leaving him, and I was single for a year and a half before I got into this new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
My old relationship, my baby father, he's not in my life at all.
Okay.
And this new person has taken on that role of father to my boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a player, though. He just likes to talk to other women.
Oof.
So in seeing that, I kind of said, you know what, let's make the relationship open. So we both get to talk to who we want or do what we want in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still getting jealous, super jealous and angry.
Did you? Why? So you wanted an open relationship not because it was your idea, but because he was still talking to other women anyway?
So when I had brought the idea to him, I didn't know he was still talking to other women.
So what made you even want that?
It just really came upon me, and I brought it up to him, and then he was like, let's try it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's how it went, literally.
But I'm just curious, what made you even decide that? Why did you say, I want to try an open relationship?
And I really don't have a reason other than I've wanted to try. It's actually been something that I've always wanted to try. I'm interested in women, too.
Okay, so that's why. But so you're jealous. You can't have an open relationship and be jealous. Now, what are the rules? Does he tell you when he's going out with other women? How detailed do you guys get?
We don't get that detailed because he doesn't want to be that detailed about me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I kind of want to know ahead of time.
Do you still want an open relationship?
Yes.
Okay. So the problem is that you just get a little jealous. Is it uncontrollable?
It's getting better with time.
Okay, because that's something that I can't imagine, like being in an open relationship and not having, if you care about somebody, obviously you have to have it in your head that what's going on, like who is this other woman he's with? Does he like her better than me? So what are the rules when it comes to your open relationship? Because there has to be some boundaries, right?
Yes, so the rules are he has to tell me before he goes ahead of time. Well, that he has to tell me before he goes ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And if I ask about anything, I want complete honesty.
Okay. And what about for yourself? You're seeing other people also?
Not really. I think he talks to more people than I do. I'm not really. I'm focused on other things other than that.
I thought you wanted to see other people.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to other women, but when it comes to other men, no.
Okay. So it feels to me like you did this whole situation because you want to talk to other women, and he's definitely taking advantage of it and having an open relationship, but it was an idea that you had. Mm-hmm. And you still want to continue to do it. So because you're the one that brought it up, you have these ground rules, and he's working within those, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of on you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one that brought it up. You're the one that set up these boundaries. He's doing what you told him he could do. So you can't send mixed messages and be upset about it. If you don't want it and you can't handle it, don't do it.
Okay, that's what I told myself. I would send in mixed messages.
Yeah, like don't say, hey, we can do this, and then he does it, and then you're upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
If it bothers you, be honest.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. I hope it works out, Uniqua.
Thank you.
Ask Ye. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way.
Kim Kardashian is addressing the rumor that Kanye retrieved a laptop from Ray J with a new sex tape. You have to hear what she had to say about it.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, we've been hearing a lot of conversations about open relationships, about polygamy, 2 wives, things like that. And Joey Badass was on Lip Service, and here's what he had to say.
You want to do polygamy. Mm-hmm. So you want your wives to...
I want 2.
You want 2 wives, they're going to get along?
Well, you know,
that's what I'm saying.
Only 27 right now with 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
You know.
Same house?
No.
You don't want them to mess with each other?
Yeah, well, that's up to them. They would have to be cool with each other. They would have to, you know what I'm saying, be able to call each other and stuff like that. And if they want to get down like that, then cool.
Same city?
Potentially.
Because that's like far. Wouldn't it be
potentially, but you know, I like to be bi-coastal, so maybe like, you know, it's New York and LA.
All right. Well, people are open to all different types of relationships. And like you said, as long as you're open and honest with everybody and they're okay with it, then that's the best situation. A lot of people end up getting lied to, and that's when things go left.
Hey, man, go on, Joey, with your badass. All right, do your thing, King. Whatever works for you.
All right. And Cardi B won another $3 million in her defamation lawsuit
She getting more?
Yes. I told you guys yesterday that she actually also had punitive damages coming to her. So they have reportedly added even more money to those damages. So now she's at total compensation $4 million.
Well, that's what I always tell people. You know, we always talk about freedom of speech, but you are not free of the consequences of said speech. And speech ain't never been free. There's always a price to pay for the words that come out of your mouth.
Lie about people. Now, Tasha K had alleged that Cardi contracted STIs, worked as a prostitute, and things like that. And so Cardi B also thanked everybody for the support. Here's what she said.
First off, thank you to the jurors, you know. You guys been in the court for the past 2 weeks. And even though we haven't been able to talk at all, you guys, like, every time I go to the hallways, you guys, like, always saying, like, keep going, guys, keep going, Cardi, and, like, stay strong. Because, you know, just like we all saw the videos, and you know how hurtful things were. And I just want to say thank you guys for keeping me strong. Because this is very hard for me. It put me into a lot of emotional distress.
Dropping the clues bombs for Big Body.
Cardi also released a statement after almost 4 years of repeated libel and slander against me. Being able to walk away from this victorious brings me great happiness. I appreciate Judge Ray for conducting a fair and impartial trial. I am grateful for the jury and their careful deliberation over the past 2 weeks. And she said, during this trial, all of you have learned about the darkest time in my life. That moment in time was fueled by the vile, disgusting, and completely false narratives that were repeatedly and relentlessly being shared online. I thought I would never be heard or vindicated, and I felt completely helpless and vulnerable. I've never taken for granted the platform that my fame allows me to have, which is why for over 3 years, I dedicated every resource I had to seek justice, and not just justice from me. The truth is that the intentional harm that was done to me is done to countless others every day. The only difference between me and the high schooler who is being cyberbullied and lied on by their classmates is the money and resources I have access to.
This is a landmark case. She changed the game. And, you know, if YouTubers and, you know, podcasters, people on social media don't change how they, you know, move going forward, it's going to be a lot more of this in the future.
Right.
But
so
I think she needs to go at them too. To get them to make sure they definitely pull it down if they have.
Oh, you mean the
Make sure
platforms?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
All right, now Kim Kardashian's rep has addressed rumors that Kanye retrieved a laptop that had a new sex tape on it from Ray J. Here's what Kanye told Jason Lee originally.
You know, how you gonna bring me to SNL and kiss the dude you dating right in front of me? And everybody's like, oh, that's cool. After I went and got the laptop from Ray J myself that night, right? And then got on a red. I met this man at the airport, came back, and then I gave it to her, and she cried when she saw it. You know why she cried when she seen that laptop? It represents how much people didn't love her, and they just saw her as a commodity.
Well, Kim's rep has responded and said, after review, there was nothing sexual unseen, only footage on the plane on the way to Mexico and footage at a club and a restaurant on the same trip. Kim remains firm in her belief that there is no new second tape that exists. So she's saying that's not even true. And by the way, Kanye West and his new girlfriend, Julia Fox, Julia has given them a nickname as a couple, and she posted Julie Ye. So instead of Julia, it's Julie Ye. Get it? But she gave herself that name for the couple. So she posted that in her stories alongside a single heart emoji. All right, now Tiffany Haddish is addressing her recent DUI arrest. She was on The Tonight Show, and here's what she had to say.
Can you talk about anything that happened or want to talk about it or no?
Well, I can say this, Jimmy.
Okay.
I've been praying to God to send me a new man, a good man. And God went ahead and sent me 4 in a uniform. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that at all. And now I got a really great lawyer, and we're going to work it out. And I got to get my asking of things to God a little better.
Yeah, we got to be a little clearer.
That was clever.
Drop on the clues bomb at Tiffany Haddish. Sending my good sister healing energy.
And
a lot of grief in her life right now.
And just something selfishly I'm excited about. Lee Daniels is doing an exorcism film, and he sold it to Netflix for $65 million. So they're saying if you love The Conjuring but wanted to see how the story would play out with a black family, then we've got some good news. It's based on real events. And according to reports, it's going to include Andra Day. She'll play the mother of an Indiana family whose children purportedly become demonically possessed. So you know I'm excited to see this.
Is it a comedy too?
No, it's a horror movie. It's based on a true story. You never watched The Conjuring? That's based on it. The Conjuring is one of the best, like, more modern horror films, but you should watch that.
There wouldn't none of that go on in a black household.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have my good Aunt Kelly come over and smudge the whole place, sage the whole place, pray over the whole place. It'd be Florida water all through the building. Okay, we be
Octavia Spencer's in the movie
everything.
too. Glenn Close is in it. I'm so excited for this. They said officers, doctors, and social workers said they witnessed many of the incidents at the time, which included her 9-year-old son walking backwards up a wall.
Black mama be like, you and that ghost got to get up out of my house.
Y'all gotta get out this house.
Y'all got to get up out my house.
And turn off the lights on your way out.
All right.
I'm excited.
You bring somebody in there with the sage, the Palo Santo, the Florida water. Pray over that place. Get them bad spirits out.
I need to see that premiere. I need some type of walk past, roll on it where I'm in there for a second. I love a horror movie, so I can't wait to see this. And that is your rumor report.
All right.
Good morning, Aunt Kelly. Out there, by the way. Drop on the clues bomb for Aunt Kelly. Miss Kelly.
All right. Mix is up next, 800-585-1051. Let's go.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
If you're a business owner, it can be tough to hire top talent. Woo. But when you post a job on ZipRecruiter, you get qualified candidates sent to you. Then you can easily invite your top choices to apply. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast now to try ZipRecruiter for free.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, shout out to NLE Chopper for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to NLE Chopper.
Always enjoy a conversation with NLE Chopper.
Mm-hmm.
I also never said anything about him not being around in 6 months. Where y'all get that from?
What'd you say?
I said we're going to revisit this in 6 months. I want to see if United Masters is going to do everything they said they're going to do for you. When did I say he wasn't going to be around in 6 months?
That's how he interpreted it.
How?
That's what he remembers.
I think somebody put that in his head because I don't see how you could remember that like that. And it
I
was
don't know.
crazy.
Last time I saw him, he came up to me. He was like, Charlamagne said I'm not going to be around in 6 months.
That's actually not what I said, and I feel bad about it because I actually wish I had remembered that because that would have been a great question in the interview to ask. Did United Masters do everything for him they said they would?
Do we have audio of it, of the original?
Yeah,
let's play.
We played it during the interview, but we can play it back now. Well, we're going to revisit this conversation in 6 months, Chopper. I want to see if United Masters really does what it says it's going to do.
I love that. I love that. I that's from the whole thing with artist turns down $3 million or bidding war for $3 million. You didn't even get into that. He could tell you the stories about what the record companies were doing to get him.
Yeah.
Forget what he did with us. They were doing all kinds of crazy shit to sign him. Let's see exactly in real time what that $3 million looks like 6 months from now.
Yeah.
Right? That's my job. My job is to make the $3 million look like that shit was nothing. That's my job. I want that job.
Yeah, I do want to know if clearly United, I don't know if United Masters did it or not because he left United Masters, right?
He did.
But that would have been a good question in the interview, but, people misinterpret things strange sometimes. I don't know where he got that from.
All right. Well, when we come back, positive note, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. All right. Now,
I want to salute Cardi B again, too, man.
Cardi?
I don't think we realize how much of a landmark case this is, especially in this digital era. Because if this does not change the way YouTubers and podcasters and just people on social media who be broadcasting things, if this don't change the way they move going forward, then y'all are just crazy and y'all not paying attention. Like that click the like button crowd, y'all gonna learn. All you donate now, don't forget to subscribe as humans, y'all gonna learn. Free speech isn't free. It's a price to every word that comes out of your mouth.
Well, I mean, she did, Cardi did spend a lot of money to fight this case, and you're absolutely positively right. I just hope that the platforms get on board too. And like you said, this is something that's big. You just can't talk about things when things are not true. And then when asked to be taken down, allegedly don't take them down.
When the cease and desist come, you got to pay attention to them. Listen, we've been doing this for 24 years, all right? And trust me, when I tell y'all that free speech isn't free, it's a price to every word that comes out of your mouth, it is.
And I also want to send some love to Tamala Payne. She hit me up today. Her son was murdered by the police, Casey Goodson Jr. in Columbus, Ohio, and she's been having a really hard time coping with the grief and the stress, and she did a post about it also. So I do want to make sure that we send her some love from everything that she's been going through. She said she is burnt mentally right now. She said she lost 50 pounds over the past 14 months. She's been drinking daily. She said she smokes a quarter to half ounce of weed a day, and she works third shift 7 days a week and gets off to take her two oldest to school, come back to take her middle schooler to school, come back to take the baby and the twins to school, come home, shower, and take care of whatever business I got. And she's just burnt out. So if everybody could just go and send her some love. Tamala Payne, her Instagram is miss._t._Payne, Payne. We had her on the show before for her son. He was shot while going into his grandmother's house holding a sandwich by the police, and he wasn't a suspect in anything.
Definitely sending her healing energy. And it's crazy, man, because I feel like the cities, even though I know they don't care, but the city should be providing her some type of grief counseling after something like that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna see what I could do to try to get her some resources to help her.
Absolutely, I'm here for that as well. Salute. If she needs somebody to reach out to, I can definitely connect her with some individuals.
Well, you got a positive note?
I do. The positive note is simply self-care. You know what? No, the positive note is simply this: free speech isn't free. It's a price to every word that comes out of your mouth. Remember that.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?